Imagine looking up at the night sky and realizing that the sun is no longer just a star. It has become humanity's greatest machine. Millions of enormous structures orbit around it, collecting its energy. Cities stretch across the solar system. Entire worlds have become homes, and humanity has access to more energy than our ancestors could have imagined. This isn't another planet. This isn't another civilization. This is what humanity might look like after becoming a Type 2 civilization. But reaching that level of power would change far more than our technology. It could change humanity itself and perhaps make us visible to the entire galaxy. But humanity wouldn't become a Type 2 civilization overnight. It would begin with a problem we've always had: energy. As civilization grows, so does our appetite for power. Eventually, Earth alone may no longer be enough, so humanity begins looking upward. The moon becomes more than something beautiful in the night sky. It becomes a construction site. Asteroids become sources of raw materials. Mars becomes a new frontier. And slowly, the boundary of human civilization expands beyond Earth. Instead of one world supporting humanity, an entire solar system begins participating in the human story. But then comes the truly enormous step. Imagine thousands, then millions, then perhaps billions of autonomous structures moving around the sun, each one collecting a portion of its enormous energy output. This would not necessarily be a solid shell surrounding the sun. A more plausible version is a Dyson swarm, countless independent structures orbiting the star, and as more structures are added, more of the sun's energy becomes available to civilization. The solar system would begin to look completely different. The sun would no longer simply illuminate our worlds. It would power an entire civilization. And there is a fascinating consequence. That enormous engineering project could potentially leave a fingerprint visible across interstellar distances. Scientists searching for advanced civilizations have considered excess infrared radiation, essentially waste heat, as one possible sign of massive energy harvesting structures. In other words, the universe might be able to notice us. At this point, humanity would no longer really be an Earth civilization. Earth could become our historical birthplace, but not our only home. Massive habitats could float through space. Artificial environments could support millions or even billions of people. Factories could operate far from planets. Robotic systems could build new structures without humans needing to be physically present. And with enough energy, distance itself begins to feel different. The solar system becomes an enormous economic and technological network. Earth, the moon, Mars, the asteroid belt, the outer planets, all connected by transportation, communication, and energy systems. Humanity would have transformed from a species living on one small planet into a civilization spread across an entire star system. Now comes the strangest question. What would humanity actually do with the energy of a star? We could build enormous computing systems. We could create habitats far larger than today's cities. We could power machines capable of transforming environments on an unimaginable scale. We could explore distant worlds with fleets of autonomous spacecraft. And perhaps, we could begin attempting something that sounds impossible today: interstellar travel. A Type 2 civilization would still face the enormous challenge of the distances between stars. Having enormous energy does not magically make the universe small, but it could give civilization resources that today's humanity simply doesn't possess. And that changes the question. Instead of asking, can humanity survive on Earth? We might eventually ask, how far can humanity expand? But there would be a darker side. More power does not automatically mean more wisdom. A civilization capable of controlling a star would also possess extraordinary destructive potential. A technological mistake could have consequences far beyond one country or even one planet. And the larger civilization becomes, the more complex its systems become. Who controls the energy? Who controls the machines? Who makes the decisions? Could billions of humans remain free inside a civilization managed by artificial intelligence? Could different human societies disagree about how the solar system should be used? And perhaps the biggest question of all, would humanity remain recognizably human after thousands or millions of years of technological transformation? We don't know, because this is where science ends. and speculation begins. But suppose humanity succeeds. Suppose the sun becomes surrounded by a vast network of energy-harvesting structures. Suppose our civilization spreads throughout the solar system. From Earth, the night sky would still look beautiful, but from another star, we might look very different. An advanced astronomer studying our solar system could potentially notice something strange. A star whose light doesn't behave quite as expected. A large amount of energy being absorbed and re-emitted as infrared radiation. A possible techno-signature. Scientists have discussed Dyson-like structures as one possible sign of advanced technological civilizations. And suddenly, humanity would no longer be invisible. Somewhere hundreds or thousands of light years away, another civilization might look toward our sun and wonder, who built that? For most of human history, we looked at the stars and wondered whether anyone was out there. We asked whether another civilization might exist, whether someone else had looked at the same stars, and asked the same question. But if humanity ever became a Type 2 civilization, the situation could completely reverse. We wouldn't just be searching the universe, we would become something worth searching for. Our sun could become a beacon of technological activity. Our engineering could become a message without words. And perhaps, somewhere in the darkness, another civilization would notice. Not because we called them, not because we sent them a message, but simply because we became impossible to ignore. So what would happen if humanity became a Type 2 civilization? We might gain the power of a star. We might transform an entire solar system. We might become one of the most powerful forms of life our species can imagine. But perhaps the greatest transformation wouldn't be what we build. It would be what we finally become. Because for the first time, humanity wouldn't just be looking into the universe, wondering if we're alone. The universe might finally be looking back at us.